As the year slowly comes to an end and we enter 2023, GTA Online's free mode may be getting kind of a revamp. One of the big things that Rockstar seem to have added with this latest Drug Wars update is a bunch of new free mode events. Now, they haven't really officially mentioned any of these, I guess because they're still in the drip feed, but like all drip fed stuff, we have information on what they are. We have some gameplay as to what they're going to look like. And in this video, I just wanted to go over all of these free mode events so you have an idea of what to expect when they do come out. Now, we don't know specifically when. They just mentioned early 2023. We also don't know if these are going to be like drip fed on a weekly basis or if they're all just going to come out at once. Two that were drip fed did just release yesterday. One being the Gooch. He can be found in free mode. I made a video on him, as well as the Weasel Plaza shootout. You can find that video up at the top right. I am hoping those are not just exclusive events because they're pretty cool, but also there's a lot of problems with those events people are having. So I hope Rockstar leave those in the game for quite some time. But the rest of the free mode events, let's dive into those. Now, the ones we kind of already know about, the ones we've talked about before, the gun van, we'll start with that one. That one is going to be an interesting thing because the main thing it's going to be changing in free mode is ammunition. So ammunition, you may be wondering where the alien weapons went if you've been trying to buy them at the ammunition shop. Well, apparently Rockstar took them out of the ammunition because they're only going to be showing up in this gun van. So I guess this gun van is going to have some of the higher tier weapons because it's also going to have the railgun, which is going to cost you almost $1 million, which is kind of crazy. But this gun van is going to show up periodically in free mode. I guess everyone will be able to go to it and purchase weapons. It's not going to be just like a one-person exclusive thing. We don't specifically know time and details as to like when it'll show up, where it'll show up. But when it does show up, there'll be a little icon on the map, and then you can go pick up your weapons, throwables, and body armor. So that's the first free mode event. The second one, of course, is the taxi missions, which we've touched on before. That's something that's going to be pretty fun. It doesn't look like they're going to make you a lot of money, but if you do want to sort of RP as a taxi driver, taxi missions are making their way into GTA Online. Now, some of the ones we haven't talked about. This first one, the street dealer. So this is an interesting mechanic. I don't know actually how practical it'll be. I guess this will be a new way to sell your biker business drugs. So you can see you go to this little back alley and you talk to this street dealer and you can sell your weed, your meth, your cocaine, and your acid. They don't sell for a whole lot, which is, again, a little interesting. Why would people do this? I guess maybe those numbers could change. Hopefully they do. I guess maybe this is a way to sort of be able to sell without having to worry about people griefing you. But if you're only making, what is that, $1,500 for the acid or $30,000 or $3,000 for weed, I mean, that's not a lot of money. So we'll have to wait and see once we get more details on this street dealer. But that is another free mode event making its way into GTA Online. The next one is a stash house. Now, this one's kind of interesting. It'll show up on a map. I'm assuming this is going to be like whoever gets there first. I doubt this is going to be for like multiple people just because of the nature of it. But you go to the little location, you walk in. Obviously, you got to kill everyone that's in here. And then you can get the loot. You have to crack the little code here. You can also find the code on the little board, I guess. And once you leave the area with the loot, you simply get a little amount of money, an RP. It's $30,000-ish. And of course, whatever RP. One thing you'll notice with a lot of these little free mode events, they're not like the best for payouts. So I don't think you're necessarily going to be grinding these. But if you do want to just, reimburse the cost of like supplies for certain businesses, I think honestly these will be pretty decent to do that. So that was stash houses. The next one, there will actually be G's caches. I think it's Geralds caches around the map that you can find for money, ammo, and I think snacks. So you'll see, I guess you'll get a little text message and then it'll show up on your map and you simply just go to the location. You have to search for it. So I wonder if there's maybe like a sound cue or something. It's not like the biggest area you have to search for. The package, the cache is pretty easy to spot. It's this giant, not giant, but it's this pretty big box, and you just go up to it and you collect it, and you can see he ended up getting about 17k ammo and snacks. Maybe that's gonna be like a limited thing. Maybe there's only, I don't know, 50 of them around the map. or maybe it's just indefinite and you can just get those every now and then. But these G's caches are going to be coming to free mode. Again, another little way to make an extra bit of money. This next one's a pretty cool one. This one is actually a store robbery. So you're almost, I guess, kind of being like a vigilante here. So maybe one day we'll get those like vigilante missions from the older GTA games in a police car. But you can see there's like a robber stealing from a gas station, and you have to take him out. You pick up the loot, and then you simply return it to the business. Now at the top left, you can actually keep the cash if you wanted to. I don't know if there's going to be a difference, you know, in price is if you keep it versus if you return it. But if you do return it, you get the Good Samaritan bonus. You get $2,000 or $20,000 as well as 2,500 RP. So another little fun free mode mission. And then the final one that we know of, well, one of the final ones is this Merryweather Convoy. Now this one is something for the gun running bunker. So I guess, you know, maybe if you don't have the gun running bunker, this doesn't show up. But you have to find this Merryweather caravan, take them out, and then you have to deliver this truck all the way back to your bunker. This one, honestly, is the one that seems the most annoying to me, simply because I think a lot of our bunkers are way up north, and this little caravan was down freaking by the airport. So you have to drive this slow vehicle all the way to your bunker, and I think it just gives you supplies. It doesn't look like he gets any money or anything from this. I think it's just supplies for the bunker. So that one, I think many people may be skipping, but the other ones so far have been pretty good. And then the final one, we don't have gameplay of it, but there is an award in the game that simply says at the bottom, take out the hostile version of yourself. So Rockstar taking inspiration from modders here. And I don't know if this is going to be a free mode event, if this is going to be like a mission. This might be a mission in the next DLC or the next dose missions. Maybe you take some drugs or something and you have to fight yourself. But there is going to be some sort of hostile version of yourself that you have to take out. That sounds kind of interesting. So those were the free mode events that are going to be making their way into the game early 2023. They seem kind of cool. I mean, obviously this is something we would have wanted years ago. Like this is all stuff you would have expected back in 2014, but it is cool they're finally doing this stuff so newer players can experience it. It's not, again, like the greatest ways to make money, but again, what I will say is this is great to offset the cost of supplies. Like if you're doing the acid lab, you have to buy the supplies as 60K, do one or two of these little free mode events, boom, you get that money right back. And I will say, I think these little free mode events are great for people who love to do the passive businesses in GTA. Like if you're not going out grinding Cayo Perico or any of the other missions, you're just mainly staying in free mode. This gives you more things to do in free mode while you wait for those businesses to passively earn income. And if you can make some money, if you can get some RP, honestly, I think that's a pretty good thing to do. So that's going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. If we find out any more info on any of this stuff, you know, maybe Rockstar tells us something, I'll keep you guys up to date. So hit that subscribe button if you are new around here, but that's going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, we'll see you all in the next one.